Talk Show. Recorded live.
Focus back. Barrel talk. Let me try to understand. Let me try. Let me try that. My life is all I have. My rhymes, my pen, my pad. And I done made it through the struggle, don't judge me. What you say now won't budge me. Cause where I come from, so often, people you grew up with laying in a coffin. But I done made it through the pain and strife. It's my time now, my world, my life, my life. It's based on lighting, loading guns, telling my lawyers to get the case on. I need the bills that the president's got their face on so I can switch my residence. Get a truck and elect. Good check, I no longer have to wait for 'em. I made a couple ends, lost a couple friends. I light a cause never will a struggle end. So you could judge it, but you ain't got it, you ain't in the road. So you really can't budge it. You ought to love it for the fact that it's my world and my life, but still I'm a rugged. They say you bugging it, kid, I'm a thuggin'. You talking bull, then kick it with another. I got a bigger bed, and I need it covered. And I ain't got friends, I got enemies. So if they with me, then that means they my brothers. My life is all I have. My rhymes, my pen, my pad. And I done made it through the struggle, don't judge me. What you say now won't budge me. Cause where I come from, so often, people you grew up with laying in a coffin. But I done made it through the pain and strife. It's my time now, my world, my life, my life. It's a to the head, prayer for the dead. Run around hustling, scared of the feds. They said death is eternal sleep. But the only thing is you ain't really sure if you prepare for the bed. So often we get birthed in the head instead of big money. They got big mama hurting instead. My life is making the verse. But the handcuffs, the bullpens, the jail cells is making it worse. Tell mommy I don't go to the church. Tell Ock I don't go to the mosque. I blow whole guns and I'ma be right there when the soldiers are marched. I play my part and my heart seems colder than Mars. But on the flip side of things, it's still warmer than June. I have talks with the Lord and he'll be calling me soon. What? And my life is all I have. My family, my flow, my past. What? My life is all I have. My rhymes, my pen, my pad. And I done made it through the struggle, don't judge me. What you say now won't budge me. Cause where I come from, so often, people you grew up with laying in a coffin. But I done made it through the pain and strife. It's my time now, my world, my life, my life. My life is all I have. My rhymes, my pen, my pad. And I done made it through the struggle, don't judge me. What you say now won't budge me. Cause where I come from, so often, people you grew up with laying in a coffin. But I done made it through the pain and strife. It's my time now, my world, my life, my life. My life. My life. My life. Oh, yo, oh, shit, man, what up, son? Yo, where you been at, man? Yo, we need you, man. You gotta put out that knowledge. Get that street knowledge, G. Please, man. You got that drug. I need my fix of that dope. Come on, man. Please, man. You got it, man. Come on, man. Now a latest gumdrop, jelly beans, DMT, peyote. I know you feel me. P-song is a natural trip to me. My rhymes are so vivid. You start to see things way different. American space. I was fast asleep, but now I'm wide awake. I was under the spell of King Guru and Reserve Note. Religion and fashion, I used to be flashy till I had a total recall. Forgot what I already knew. It took me 33 years for me to see the truth. Never so clear, I was too young. I couldn't articulate myself the right way, son. But now, let me break it down, pass it all around. This is not a theory. The conspiracy is real. They want to put me in a straight jacket in a padded room and tell the world it's 12 monkeys so they could be confused. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. See secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. Illuminati rule my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. They say life is like chess. Well, fuck that, I'm tired playing games with you kids. Ain't no time for playing. Take the rhymes the same. I write it for the streets, for the hood, inspiration, inspire a part of the map. Where's poverty? I started with a mob, but now I got an army of soldiers and troopers. The TV and the radio scared to death for us, so we hit the YouTube up. Now I got millions of views. Now watch how many rappers follow what he do. Now I'm too hoodies to conform to the program. I'm too much of a rebel for me to try to fit in, nigga. It don't matter the color of your skin. Right now you either positive or you negative. I got friends in high places, multiple races, and cultures on my side. All you got is paper. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Secret society, trying to keep their eye on me. But I'ma stay incognito in places they can't find me. Make my moves strategically.
Brother asked last night what made me do it. I think I was probably at a Grizzlies game, and I was amazed by the number of us that stood up to their flag. We all know that that flag has never represented us or our freedom. So at this time, it's like the cracker would ask you to do. I'm going to ask you all to stand. Put your black power fist in the air.
Just
And
like
if any of you want the lyrics to this song or want the song, I do have a CD back there. If you want the song in particular, I will give it to you. Because as the brother said, this is something that we should have at our event to open up each event. Black Power event?
Black Power!
Oh, say, can you see precious old resting as they choose for their life and plan by people divine, whose brush and bright stars represent all the stars inflicted upon the race, a great people to save. Now the time has come for the revolution as we breathe through the night and take hold of their lives. Oh, say does that red flag bring African black wave?
Black Power!
Down their land of the free, forever RBG.
Black Power!
Black Power, coming on there, praise not Turner, glory to Garvey. Long live the spirit of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, praise Harriet Tubman, glory to Ida B. Wells. Long live the spirit of Sister Fannie Lou Hamer. Black Power, Black Power, Black Power, baby for Holier, Mount Hotep, what it do? What it do out there tonight, family? You know what it is. It's your brother Born. We getting it in. News, and more news. Gonna rock this thing off right, man. Ain't nothing but tragedy going on out here. And ain't nobody playing it. Ain't no goddamn games. I know y'all can see the shit coming down in front of you. It's rolling down the goddamn plate. It's rolling down the pipe, as they say. You know what I mean? They worried about the pipeline in North Dakota. And your goddamn lines at your house is fucked up. But so we're gonna have to get ourselves together, get our moves and our mood right, and for the long haul and the long fight. This race right here ain't for the motherfucking. This ain't gonna be won by the racehorses. This gonna be won by the war horses. Cause this ain't no goddamn race we in, and it ain't a motherfucking game. So with that being said, family, man, listen, there's a lot of stuff going on. Gas is low. They flipping niggas off about the motherfucking elections. We got pipelines busting in North Dakota. Indian protesting there. We got a new media motherfucking we got a new media motivated black killing that done happened. I don't mean media motivated like the media made a black man get killed, but I'm saying that the media has propelled us back into visible outrage. We need them visibly outraged again, so the soothing factor could come in again. I guess Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton going to jump out with the, we plan on putting legislation up to stop the cops from just killing like that. I expect some bullshit like that's going to come down the pipe. But before it happens, that's just speculation right now. We'll get into some of the news articles of the day. And really just rock it off, family. So how it go out there? Black Power before there. What it do out there, family?
Black Power before there.
Before there. What it do, Sister Camille? How are you today?
I'm blacktastic considering.
Already. That's good. Let's see. We getting it off tonight. See what else we got out there. Let me get my thing all the way open out there, you know what I'm saying? And all my hosts out there. I see the suiting out there in the cut. Man, Black Power, what it do out there, suiting?
Black Power, Brother Born. Black Power, Sister Camille.
Black Power suiting.
Black Power, what it do out there tonight, family?
I know it's going to be a good night. The suiting on the line. BB for Hodier.
All right.
I'd like to take this opportunity to give a shout out to all my feet on the ground co-hosts who've been consistent and persistent for about 4 years plus. For all my media family, we've been doing this about 6-7 years. You know what I mean? I'm going to start off with my Cali branch, you know what I'm saying? Brother Brahe Rube, General Best, you know what I'm saying? Move out to my family out there in Connecticut, Brother Bourne, the family in South Carolina, Brother Cars, New York, Sister Camille, Texas, Brother Tim, Sister Makia, Black Power, BB48, cracking the trunk.
House niggas too.
House niggas too.
House niggas too. Already. Yeah. Man, it's going down. It's going down out here. Listen, family, it's going down. It's going down. Look, they putting the squeeze on us. If you happen to live in South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, Arkansas, a little bit of Florida, some of Mississippi, right now you're feeling the effects of the gas crunch. Not everybody, but a lot of people are feeling the effects of the gas crunch. You know what I mean? We got the gas crunch going on down there where they really just, allegedly, they ain't got no gas. Now, I spoke on this North Dakota thing with these, where, like, all this shit is on TV. So since it's on TV, I'm going to guard my words with alleged right now. Allegedly, a lot of natives, actually I met a dude who said he came from out there and said that it is hundreds of natives out there protesting, what you call the Native Americans. Indians, as some people call them. But They out there because they want to run this pipeline, this gas, oil pipeline through North Dakota, through certain sacred grounds. You know what I mean? And, I'm seeing that. And then I see the gas crunch on the East Coast. You know what I mean? They crunch it, we ain't got no gas, Now, they will play they use the people against the people. So I can see the pretext on, listen, we got to run that pipeline because, look, gas prices going sky high because we buying from other places. We need to pull in our own gas, bring the prices down. Then you got all the people on the East Coast, at least the southern part of the East Coast right now, they're going to be definitely championing that. Like, wait, we got to. We ain't got gas to go to work. So they're going to be all for that shit. Running some shit through there, eminent domain. And so when they start to killing the motherfucking Indians out there, y'all, you know what I mean, you don't wonder why. And don't say Brother Born ain't told you that they're going to get to killing them jokers out there. You know what I mean? Some killing going to happen because you dealing with people with the spirit of they lived on the land, so they like, man, we ain't going nowhere. We'll die on the land. And they're going to definitely, surely push that. You know what I mean? They're going to push that card all the way until they can be able to kill somehow. So I see that. You know what I mean? We even had that same type of standoff with them white boys out there talking about the Bundy Ranchers and all that shit, where they was out there trying to take back the land and all that shit. Even some of them got whacked off. So now if they whacking white folks, trust me, native, your head gonna get bust too, wide open. And I'm gonna read some of the articles. I just wanted to put that out there that I see him setting it up. You know what I mean?
Hold on, Brother Born. Before you start with the article, I had a subtopic I think would be pertinent to add to the discussion tonight, which is how misinformation and confusion can breed disaster in the African community. And I first want to define the terms first. Miseducation being what basically deceitfully educated. And then when we look up the word confusion, hold on, I'm looking up the word confusion. I basically want to put this out here. That way, when you go through your articles, it could be a roundtable discussion where we can say, okay, is this truth or is this miseducation or is this confusion? You see what I'm saying? And then we can put it through an African filter and see and contextualize and see does this really matter to us or what's the rules being played here. You see what I'm saying? If that's okay with you, brother.
Fellas, shit. I don't mind. Shit. Your word good as mine, so that's how we gonna do it. Then shit, why not? Why not put it through that filter? That'll be perfect.
I'm only saying that because one of the things we experience in this new age is this World Wide Web thing that's going on, and there's a lot of information out there. Actually, there's too much information. You see what I'm saying? And if your ass don't have a filter or a compass on what information is really pertinent to you, you'll be just stuck in the sauce regurgitating. You see what I'm saying? And you won't have a compass to contextualize information in regards how it's shaped your past, altering your present, and ultimately can change your future. You see what I'm saying?
I see. And I don't have no problem with that, man. We put this work in action. You know what I mean? A lot of things going on out here, though. A lot of misinformation. You saying that, I just now found out that I was labeled part of the new Black Panther Party. I just found that out that the police think that I'm part of the new Black Panther Party or some type of affiliate. You know what I mean? So, on the low, the dumb police girl who I went to school with didn't know she was telling me information while I ain't telling her shit. She rose up on me and let me know that that's what they thought. You know what I mean? I said, oh, word? Okay. I don't affiliate with them at all. I know y'all already got the lit already. So y'all pretending downtown like y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all got the lit. You pass it out. So somehow somebody dropped one. Y'all got one. Ain't no motherfucker.
You know, that again can be, you know what I mean, looked upon as, you know, when we look up the word confusion, for example. Confusion is a lack of understanding, uncertainty, unsureness, doubtful, ignorance, the state of being bewildered or unclear in one's mind about something. You see what I'm saying? A situation in which a person are unsure about what to do or unable to understand something clearly. The feeling that you have when you do not understand what is happening, what is expected, etc. You see what I'm saying? A situation in which a person does not eventually understand. Now, what's the main goal that you can use to achieve that type of behavior? Misinformation. So even in that case right there, what you were saying, please misinforming, you know, your ties to certain organizations for the purpose of what? Breeding confusion. They're confused and where you lie and where your loyalties are regarding the organizations you choose to associate with. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, you're saying that. Listen, this the whole thing. It's all confusion because the fucking police. I know the bro fucking middle school. So her way to talk to me is that these motherfuckers ran an article that said I got locked up in fucking New York. What the fuck are you talking about? She asked me, yo, you got out? I said, got out of what? What the fuck do you mean? Got out of what? You not get out. You know, didn't you get locked up? Locked up for what? Weird. What are you talking about? You know, I don't know nothing. Anytime somebody asking dumbass questions, I don't know nothing. So what do you mean? Oh, I seen on the news that you got arrested. You know what I'm saying? She said, and I was like, oh.
And when was this supposed to happen, Brother Boone?
The time when I went down south to go see my people.
Wow.
They got arrested at the airport. I said, oh, man, it's all right. You know, I know I ain't been no motherfucking arrested and none of that shit. So, all right, whatever. So she's talking to me, and I'm like, all right, you know, I know you know who I am because we fucking roommate. I mean, because we went to school together. But now I know that the police down there, I already know y'all know who the fuck I am. But now I know how y'all looking at me and how y'all trying, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to know something about what the fuck, who I affiliate with, what I associate with, what I, you know what I mean? You know, the ins and outs and ins and shit. So they got her little dumb ass sitting there talking to me. And I'm noticing the whole fucking scenario. Because the motherfucking broad goes from, she's talking to me about that, and she says to me, yo, what's your brother's name? Huh? What brother?
Collecting information, huh?
Already. She's collecting information. She's trying to get everything right on me. Huh? What brother? What you talking about? You know your brother used to talk to my sister. Huh? I don't know your sister. I don't know what brother you're talking about. Now, she mentioned a dude's name who actually used to hang with my brother. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know what brother you're talking about. I don't know. So, you know what I mean? I'm quiet now. Now she's engaging, you know what I'm saying, some of the other cats from the dojo. They just fucking information, boom, 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 boom. And it give me a time to sit back and watch because, yo, black people, if these motherfuckers is black, if they in the uniform, they the police. I don't give a fuck if it's a woman or a man. If they black or if they white, they the police. Period. All day, every day, 25 hours out the day, they the goddamn cops. They did collect information from your ass, take it, and use it against you. However the fuck they can. So I'm watching two black female officers engage with men and be combative as hell on some passive-aggressive type combativeness. Pretending like they not being combative, but everything you say, they got the opposite to say. If a nigga would have said the sky was blue, they would have said, nah, I think it might be a little green. Just to be on a combative type of, because they understand that if you get black people in a combative type of thing, they're getting to their ego. They're getting to their ego and want to best you, want to one-up you, want to let you know how smart they is.
That's real talk. Yeah.
I'm dumb. I don't know what the fuck. I'm dumb. I'm not no smart nigga. Man, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I'm dumb. I'm not engaging y'all. I'm not. I already know what y'all about. So I know there's nothing to be learned from our conversation except for in the first couple minutes where they got to tell you something to get you open. That's it. Anything past the first two sentences, they say, you might as well hang it up. You ain't about to learn shit more than whatever they gave you in those first two sentences, because them sentences were the ones that they used to open you up to the rest of their motherfucking nonsense, to open you up to telling them all type of shit that you normally wouldn't. I see, like, one of my homies tells the motherfucking police his name. Police don't even know who the fuck he is. I'm like, why would you tell her your fucking name? She don't know you. I said, now what do you know about her and her tactics? Nothing? Okay, then you fucking up, man. Don't talk to these motherfuckers. Political classes have to be something that has to be made just emergency importance. I know at least in my area. I got to have a class this Sunday on just being politically aware of who you talk to and who you don't, how you engage and how you don't engage. Excuse me, I got hiccups. But I just wanted to put that out there to say that, you know, I'm watching and I see how media in its own self will not only put out confusion, but it'll be outright slanderous at the same motherfucking time. So be aware. It ain't a game. It's real.
They call that baiting. They call that baiting. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because you said that it was once you were in the business of your travels that this type of actions took place. And oftentimes they keep tabs on us, man. But let alone when we get to meeting up and having group, meeting up in numbers, and we all have the same philosophy and political ideas, they got to know what's popping. Mm-hmm. If they don't know what's popping, they're going to create some kind of drift or some kind of rift, mainly through some misinformation with a purpose of confusing the whole, the whole point for even having the meeting or going about your travels. You see what I'm saying? COINTEL, you know what I mean? It's kind of foolish for individuals to be in this, that's the repercussions for knowing to some extent. You don't get put on that list not for being a rich nigga, it's for being a smart nigga. You see what I'm saying? A smart nigga who will act on what you say, and don't have no problem with unifying with individuals. Charismatic in nature. A culture changer. You know what I mean? These These are really what the characteristics that they themselves look for in their manifesto.
Yeah.
When we look at the COINTELPRO, the handbook for white supremacy in regards to suppressing any black movement, whether it be through militia or whether it be through just socially organizing, and the characteristics is to prevent the rise of the black messiah, to unify and electrify the black militancy.
Yeah. Brother Mikra, you so on point, because they sold nothing but seeds of contention and confusion in the classes. The confusion. Because after they leave, now one of the young boys inside the motherfucking dojo class, I got to check him about what's going on, he wants to argue. Everybody else now who even engaged in the police got to listen and say, you know what, you're right. You should have left them motherfuckers alone. Son's steadily telling me how they should engage, and I'm like, yo, listen, they just dropped all that combativeness, energy transfer. So they came with a combative ass energy, dropped that shit all right on you, but now we combating with each other. I said, see, this is what the fuck they do. That's why you don't engage with them. Because, see, they sold motherfucking discord in the goddamn community. This is exactly what they do. The babies knew better than to engage with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm to the side. I'm hollering at the babies, boom, boom, boom. Now, they, like I said, they out there conversating. I'm with the babies, boom, 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 chopping it up. So the babies walk by them, and they're like, hey, how y'all doing? My little young ones, they look at the jokers, huh? Y'all ain't going to speak? They tell me like, hell no, I ain't speaking to y'all. Keep it moving right by them. I said, look, at least the babies know not to engage.
So, Brother Bourne, was it, when they came by y'all, was there any sisters with y'all too?
No, no sisters out there.
Okay, that's why I wanted to know.
Yeah, they played on that shit.
Word, this is real. History repeating itself.
The sisters would have known don't engage with them jokers like that. But the brothers, they not even seeing them as cops. They seeing them as females first.
That's why they rolled in anyway, because it wasn't no sisters around.
I said, what the hell? I'm listening to them. Now I'm going back and forth between whether or not they was there to make sure that they seen me. Oh, it's just coincidence. It's nothing by coincidence.
You know, I don't believe in it.
I don't believe in coincidence. So I'm like, damn. You happen to have the one. Now, they ain't in the car together. Y'all happen to both. One of them from the district. The other one ain't from the district. So what y'all over here for? And she the one who know me. I don't think I went to school with no other fucking cop. But she went to school with me. I'm like, yo, who is you? She tell me, I know you. You went to school with me, huh? I said, man, take them big-ass glasses off. I don't know who you with. Glasses off, man. I can see your face. She take them off. I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. I did go to school with your ass. All right. Well, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You talking to me about this shit because she's like, yo, you know, like I said, how she engaged me. Like, yo, you look at whoop, 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 whoop. I'm like, man, that ain't me. So she's like, oh, all right. You know, so I'm like, all right, I'm listening to the bullshit, but I was back right up off of it. Like, I'm through. But she got to engage. You know what I'm saying? My men, I'm like, yo, son. Him and my other men, I'm like, yo, son. Don't fucking, I'll tell my little young boy, though, that I rock with. I'm like, listen, B, don't say nothing else. Don't say nothing else to him. Matter of fact, y'all go back in the dojo. Period. Go back inside. Don't even, because I don't want them to get a chance to say something else to y'all again anyway. You know what I mean? We want them out of here. We don't need no conversations with y'all at all because y'all's probing. And probe for like, I can't believe my man just talked to him like 15, 20 minutes. And I said, oh, y'all niggas funny. But it let me know how much of an emergency it is to have our political awareness classes straight up. Strategy and awareness. Because you never engage your enemy on a battlefield. You never engage them how they want to engage you. If they want to engage you like that, you immediately disengage.
Mm-hmm. And to show you the true position of niggas with badges. I don't care how you look at it. You ain't gonna never have no good black cop because they always gonna be put in a position to play spies or to be co-op on the black community.
I'll say.
You know? That's their position. Even if it's a basic street cop, to detective, to commissioner, you name it. Their position is really to report back to the community, to play a role in the community. You see what I'm saying? And their position is so to gather information.
That's it. There's nothing else. The information gatherers. You know what I mean? And that was a good thing it was good and it was bad, but it was good because it's a learning experience for the young ones who ain't privy to understanding what the fuck's going on. I'm like, listen, you know, this shit right here is a dangerous thing you're doing.
So you know what that means? They noticing you talking about your location being a dojo. They own that. They spotting that.
Mm-hmm.
These niggas is meeting up in numbers. They're not talking about football. They're not talking about politics. You see what I'm saying? They could be talking about the problem. The problem is white supremacy. You see what I'm saying?
Yo, one of the cops, her father is a martial artist. Now, the professor taught her father. Right? You know what I'm saying? So she's like, yo, boom, you know, woo, just trying to be in. But they try to find out who leading. That's why I'm glad my man kept on talking to him. Because at a point in time, I was going to just tell them niggas just, yo. Because if I would just told them just, yo, us, y'all niggas go in the dojo, nigga. They just shut the fuck up and just stepped off in the dojo. But I didn't want to fucking do that in front of the police so they know what's what.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Who got any type of, you know what I mean? Who got to say so at the end of the fucking day or whatever. I'm like, yo, I'm just let y'all y'all lead. Y'all the leaders, nigga. Y'all do whatever. Say when you move over here, quiet as a motherfucker, handing out flyers, nigga. I'll do the flyer handing out. That's what I do. Oh, I ain't do no discussion. But I was like, damn. And I wanted to bad to be like, yo, all of them at once, just shut the fuck up. Because one by one, I was telling them niggas, shut the fuck up. And I'll say, these niggas on a fucking real recon mission. If I did that, they'd have been like, oh, there you go.
They might have been waiting for you to do that too, Brother Bourne. You know, because we're not supposed to have, you know, the enemy expects us to have their perverted ego. And even one that's even more perverted. So the fact that you didn't make your presence known when you saw them talking to the other brothers was beautiful. They was expecting whoever going by they past their so-called studying of us, whoever is, quote-unquote, the face would have popped up, you know, jumped in that sooner or later, whether to break it up or whatever, but it would have made he or she would have made themselves known.
No, that's the leader. That's the leader right there. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. That's exactly what they had to do. I said I can't give them that move because I was like, yo, they already. I can see what they doing. They shifting and smelling and scratching. They scratching. They scratching. Waiting to see what come up. Trying to come up with some dirt. I can't give you nothing to scratch, nigga. I'm stupid. I don't know no better. I'm done being in the corner, shutting the fuck up, not saying nothing, acting like I ain't paying no attention, but I'm listening to every fucking thing y'all saying because I know y'all gonna slip. I was like, all right, this really keep going, but it's definitely got the y'all. It's not a game out here. Serious. So just make sure that you know that. Learn the rules.
And see, we have the affordability of history. You know, those are our ancestors, our recent ancestors that got hit with the COINTELPRO in the 60s and 70s, did not know what was coming at them. You know, we actually have, thanks to that happening, we have opportunity to go in and be better prepared than the enemy ever suspected.
Yeah, because they don't think we read. They don't think we know nothing about history. They think because the majority of us, for the most part, pretend as though we don't understand history. I ain't gonna say we don't. We pretend as we don't understand what's going on because they're so used to us pretending. When you know it, they'll never suspect. know what I mean? What happened to me? Matter of fact, I was supposed to be talking to Sister K. Sister K was on the line with me at the same time. This shit started happening. I was like, hold on, Sister K.
Damn, I forgot to call in. Shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, man, hold on, Sister K. I can't even chop it up with you. I had to text her like, yo, man, fucking the people's out here fucking with us. It's a dojo. Being what they is. Investigators. Now, that's our job nowadays is to investigate. So, with that being said, man, woo, it's going down out here. It's going down. Yo, Alabama, that's Alabama. Listen, Alabama pipeline leak. We got that going. We got a lot of leaks happening. You know what I mean? And not for nothing, man. I know it's late in the game, but not for nothing, man. Shit. I don't know. I might have to put that in the freezer. I might have to put that down there in the basement to get me but ain't no reason. No electricity, you hit. If they shut down the gas, you ain't got no electricity, you hit. You need wood. You need firewood. Let me tell y'all something about firewood real quick. Firewood got to be super dry. If it ain't dry, it's going to smoke super heavy if you ever get it to burning. And the other thing is it's going to be hard as hell to burn. But it's going to smoke hard. You're not going to want to put wet wood in your fireplace. Or anything trying to burn. Now, that's Brother Born survival tip for the day.
Right.
I don't know if you read the article fully, but there's another perspective of looking at this situation too. Europeans have been accessing energy. You know, the first method of accessing energy is more or less so armed robbery. When you can't rob the individuals who don't have the resource anymore, now you're going to other extreme methods, fracking, underwater drilling, and so forth. And to some extent, this can be a situation where what you do in the dark comes to light. You know, how are they accessing these reserves, and how are they bringing these reserves to the mass of people that they control with the energy? You see what I'm saying? On one hand, us small fries, we see the immediate effect regarding the economic situation and prices. But 1, 2, 3, 4 days in big business isn't just a couple $100,000 and so forth. We're talking about millions of dollars and so forth. So we like to give credit sometimes for them shutting shit down, but in some situations, this may be exactly what the fuck is going on. The goddamn pipeline, how was the pipeline established? When did it get there? What did the EPA oversee this whole pipeline going through? What are the environmental effects? You see what I'm saying? So, with white supremacy not being fully put in place, the need for energy is always going to be there. It may go up, price-wise, but the need to be there for the sake of control, in my opinion, is always going to exist until they get this whole motherfucking shit under their thumb. But that's right now, you know what I mean? It's the big companies and so forth, or it's the business, those that are involved in maintaining the well-being of that society through transporting big rigs, all that type of shit. You see what I'm saying? They more or less affected more by that shit than the small fries who are, average so-called citizens who go to their individual jobs compared to motherfuckers who help fuel and maintain the city life. You know what I mean? From providing, natural gas, whatever, to turn turbines, to provide electricity, to freight, you know what I mean? You name it. Merchandise being moved every day. every day when that sun comes up, so forth, big business, the main mode of business is transportation. And if that's the breadbasket of what you call the United States and so forth, the Midwest, the Mid-South, that whole region, big business can be affected because those are the big distribution centers in America. Your big armories are out that way. You see what I'm saying? But that's Maker Ross' take on it. But, before it turns to misinformation and confusion, it could be a little bit of both in this situation. On one hand, they're saying, yeah, it's cracked. Or the pipeline rule and the immediate effects and the economics, but they're not going to go into details regarding deep details. How was it fracked? What were the measures taken? How was it built, et cetera, et cetera. In fact, Brother Bourne, if you got it right there, go ahead and read it off so we can dissect this shit.
Now, pull it. You have to. Which one? Because I got a couple. Hold on. I got a couple on now. Which is that one?
The good part is read two of them, and we can do a comparative analysis on both of them.
So repost this. Repost it. Hold on, man. Because this is 1,000 articles in here.
And while you're pulling it up, notice this effect also in the news coverage that's going on. The immediate exposure of a certain emergency or crisis, and then how they slowly back away from the issue, and then in time you don't hear nothing about it. For example, the pipeline bursting in the Gulf of the Louisiana area. Remember that? That shit was spewing about 100 million gallons of oil every day into the Gulf of Mexico. And you got immediate exposure. Following that, you got propaganda campaigns with oil companies offering jobs down there to clean the mess. Then you got the backdrop effect, where slowly now you don't even hear about, was it ever capped off?
This is from CNN.com. Gas prices spiking. Did I just play the audio? 50-something. There you go. Won't work for us. It's going to work. It's going to work for us. But this is off of CNN. We're going to let the CNN story.
I'm trying to get some gas. Start my day from work. Can't get no gas.
A broken pipeline causing gas shortages across the southeast. Pipe leak near Birmingham, Alabama. 6 states have declared states of emergency. Up an average of 21 cents in Georgia and 13 cents in Tennessee in 1 week. Some drivers can't find gas at all.
Other gas stations, and I didn't. It was no gas.
The station in Greenville, South Carolina, had no fuel for 20 hours.
I just fill up today and just parked the car today.
Section of Colonial Pipeline has been closed since September 9th after a spill. Now, shut the fuck up now. I don't need y'all talking no more. God, shut up. Excuse me, son. Be quiet.
Now I got a quick question while you look for that. In terms of population statistics, where do you think a lot of the the most populated areas that Europeans in America live in? Where would you say?
Most densely populated European areas. Oh, man. All right. You got Midwest. Go ahead. Midwest up there to the northwest. And you got certain pockets down there in the south where you're going to have a large, dense population of crackers all over the place. Whereas black people in them states, but the black people are generally all together. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of the spots is white. That's all that Kentucky, Alabama, Arkansas. I mean, you got black people there, but there's hella crackers.
Right. Now, I'm pretty sure if you go in any state and you look at demographics and population, you're not going to find any. You might find, I won't say that. Let me rephrase that. You're not going to find a lot of counties, states, and cities where the blacks outnumber the whites. You only find them in pockets, in dense pockets. We talk about like Detroit or Watts, or you see what I'm saying? I'm talking about, when we analyze the county or the state, though. Like if we were to look at the state of Tennessee, there are more whites in Tennessee than there are blacks.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If we look at Georgia, there are probably more whites in the whole state of Georgia than there are blacks. I mean, niggas are in pockets. Niggas are in this area, Atlanta. You see what I'm saying?
No, 100% on that. It is. It is, man. As much as like we be around each other so much, I mean, this is something that I recognize. Just traveling up and down the coast and traveling from state to state, is that we live in areas where that's what's there. It's black people. So you're so used to seeing black people that you don't really have a context and understanding of why they talk that white majority, black minority here. It's because you go anywhere outside of where you at, this motherfucker's white everywhere, in every direction, whatever direction you point to about your city, unless you're right on the coast. But the next place over, man, trust me, there's hella crackers over there. You might have a nice metropolis that's large, like New York City, like New York, the metropolis, all of that. It's mad, hella black people. You live in there, you will swear up and down, New York is fucking black. Until you take your ass outside of that. And then you be like, what the fuck going on up in here? There's nothing but crackers. Crackers and farmland and crackers and more crackers and even more crackers. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that.
Now, let's use this context based on population, and now let's look at the story and the states affected, and you tell me who's gonna be more affected by that shit, us or them.
Now, look, yo, you saying that, right? Yo, you know what the fucking ill shit is that I'm reading? That, listen, hold on. They're saying about Metro Atlanta, saying, all right. But some service stations, there we go. Some service stations in Metro Atlanta and North Georgia have run out of gas on Sunday night. And when they say Metro Atlanta, that's black people. That's like saying New York City. That's where all the black people is, right there. So Metro Atlanta is running out of gas. North Georgia, we sit on South Carolina borderline. I have to see what stations, what cities up here. But I know when you say Metro Atlanta, that shit is black for days. It's black for days. Ain't nothing but black people out there in Metro Atlanta. I'm telling you. Or everybody black. All the firemen black. The mailman black. Everybody's black. Everybody's black there. But it's a large spot, so I know they, gas is getting up out of here. But for them to run out of gas, my mother and them are on the outskirts. They outside of metropolitan Atlanta. They're on the outskirts. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think that's an accident.
Nah, I don't either. I don't either. You know what I mean? Reading that, I don't either. Yeah. I don't think that's an accident at all.
Black Power family, how the family doing, man? I'm just coming in.
Black Power, brother, tell me how you
Black Power King.
Black Power Queen, Black Power King, man, you all right?
For sure. We getting it, Black.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. It must be all the time.
Already.
First, second, and third, man.
Man. We on this thing saying, oh, man. All right. That's the, hold on. What pipeline bus was that I just read on? Let me get that story back out, man. All right, hold on. I can't even find the article. I'm gonna go down here then. I thought I had all them just all seemed like they was right in my face just now. Now I can't find none of them. All right. That's a pipeline leak in Alabama. Let me see which one is this. All right. The gas and pipeline leak in Alabama. This is off of the root.com. The governors of Alabama, North Carolina, and Georgia have declared state of emergency to keep gas flowing in the area. A gasoline pipeline that runs from Houston to New York ruptured 30 miles south of Birmingham, Alabama, leading to a major leak. Colonial Pipeline of Alpharetta, Georgia, which operates the pipeline, says that 519 workers are cleaning up the spillage, now estimated to involve as much as 336,000 gallons of fuel. The spill happened just 500 feet from a mining company's retention pond, and all the fuel flowed into it, avoiding Alabama's Mobile Bay and sparing the endangered species living in the nearby Cahaba River system from danger. Colonial is working with the Environmental Protection Agency and the Cahaba Riverkeeper to ensure that the gasoline doesn't reach the river. Threat of fuel shortages in the eastern U.S. prompted three governors to declare a state of emergency. Governor Pat McCrory of North Carolina, Governor Nathan Deal of Georgia, and Governor Robert J. Bentley of Alabama have all issued emergency declarations in order to keep fuel flowing in the southeastern states. These declarations will loosen restrictions on fuel trucks, enabling them to act in the place of the pipeline and keep the fuel supply flowing. The uninterrupted supply of fuel, diesel, oil, and gasoline is essential for the health, safety, or economic well-being of persons or property in North Carolina, and any interruption of those fuels threatens the public welfare, McCrory wrote.
I told you, brother boy, this is what you call blowback. Now, you mentioned key word. This governor's declared a state of emergency. The governor ain't from, that's what I'm saying. The majority of the white population is in danger of emergency. Why am I saying that? Because the motherfucking governor ain't finna call no state emergency on account of a few black cities affected by this shit. You see the point I'm making?
Oh, yeah, true. I understand.
And when you read the article, it was going into the area in which the pipeline is going through. It's by habitat. See, this is called blowback. When they press the issue on getting the pipeline through there and the environment is not liable or supportive of that, you know what I'm saying? They're not telling nobody, and boom, shit happening like this. You see what I'm saying? It's called blowback.
It is. Let me see. I'm down here. Although gas prices in Atlanta have risen Friday, Deal's declaration strictly addressed fuel drivers who will now be able to drive for longer hours than normally allowed by the U.S. Department of Transportation. Bentley addressed price gouging, writing, I hereby place all persons on notice that it is unlawful for any person within the state of Alabama to impose unconscionable prices for the sale of any commodity during the period of a declared state of emergency. The spill is in an isolated area south of Birmingham and is accessible only by dirt roads which have been closed off to non-emergency vehicles. The EPA, the Alabama Department of Environmental Management, the Pelham Fire Department from Alabama, the Helena, Alabama Fire Department, and other local agencies are on site to help with the cleanup. There is still gas in the pipeline, and there is a concern that it may still be leaking. The pipeline has been shut off, and Colonial expects that it will be restarted next week. In the meantime, the company has repurposed a second pipeline, one that runs parallel to the burst line and normally carries diesel. That line has now shifted to carrying gasoline.
Now, see, that's another thing to keep in mind. People probably never even knew it was a fuel line going through their whole state. That's probably something they never wanted people to really know. They probably had people under the illusion that all their gas was coming in via diesel trucks. You see what I'm saying? The whole time they got a trans-state continent, a national pipeline that's going through, that's statewide, that's going through various states. See what I'm saying?
That should go from Texas to New York. So that's a long-ass pipeline.
Mm-hmm. Now, how many, does it run parallel with the railroad lines that go through there? Or did these motherfuckers take a chance and running it through rugged terrain or some places, like, damn it, it's probably overhanging cliffs, cutting through bedrock that ain't got no business being cut through. You see what I'm saying? That's what the EPA, did these niggas violate any environmental, see, this is the blowback. They already got paid off not to turn the blind eye. Now the shit can blew up. Now, motherfucker looking at how this happened, where it happened, and can it be prevented and stopped and so forth. You see what I'm saying? And then to give you the reassurance that this is just temporary fix, they reestablished the diesel pipeline. Now you damn nigga diesel and refined fuel. You see what I'm saying? In most cases, when you read about gas, what they be doing, they'll bring the raw shit in to refineries. I know where I'm at. They bring it in local refineries. They refine it, make it into to the gasoline that we pump every day. You see what I'm saying? Because we haven't been affected over here, but I remember a while back, California had an embargo with the bay. We buy water. So when we had that embargo, everybody, it trickled down to everybody regarding transportation going up, everything, food going up, and so forth. So it's a cause and effect type of situation. And in this case, from what the information they giving us, because remember, they giving us the information as well. It sounds to me like a situation where it's a blowback. They took a gamble on some shit, and now it's blowing back on their ass. But that's just Mick Around's opinion. I love somebody else's take on it.
Yeah, where y'all at out there? Don't y'all let us just hog the mic. Y'all out there on the mic. We take the mic 1 2 1 2.
I'm good. Y'all dropping that right information right here.
Right. I see the family out there. I see y'all out there. All right. But it's always, like you said, anytime they doing anything that's just unnatural, it's always got to be some blowback. So that's just, the natural occurrence. I see where our people being affected at. It's definitely, as you stated when about the governors putting the edict out there. Listen, man, but you see, all three of the governors, they all shooting at something different. They're all shooting at something different. You know what I mean? One don't worry about price. One don't worry about price gouging. You know what I'm saying? The other one worry about the fact that they ain't gonna have no oil at all. You know what I'm saying? This joint was let me see. Now, North Carolina, they was just saying they recently got a state of emergency. And the state of emergency basically was saying how that anything threatened the oil and gas getting there, that's going to destroy the economy. So that's what they was, they said, listen, if this happens, then this is what it is. We're in a state of emergency. So that's already been written up. So now, in Dill, in Georgia, he said his state of emergency call was it's strictly affecting drivers. And he's talking about truck drivers. Like now, y'all can work longer hours than normal allowed by the U.S. Department of Transportation. Y'all can get longer hours. Because overtime coming. So a lot of times them pipes and stuff in, then you got to get it to the individual gas station. So, that's overtime. Everybody get overtime now. And the last governor, Bentley, from Alabama, he went in on people price gouging. Like you can't charge people prices all high just because you can, because it's a state of emergency, because people are going to pay more. You can't just be doing that. So, it's just interesting. They all had 3 different takes. They're calling this state of emergency, all of them economically based. But how would they help the people? I don't know.
I know it's going to help them board of directors for any of those companies that are public. The oil companies, people that got a lot of shares. And these trucking companies you mentioned. And I just find it interesting because just like when you had that water crisis in Flint, which was created, this country is supposed to have 30-something billion barrels of crude oil. This was around 2 years ago at least. Okay? So that happened. You telling me you can't tap into the reserves? It's not like they're not getting oil from other countries as we speak right now in open waters as we speak right now. And I think that pipeline explosion or whatever, like you said, I don't think it was a coincidence because then it gives them the excuse to push that other pipeline. And then when they have that other one repaired, the oil companies, gas companies, they can keep both going. More profits. Plus they're making a killing right now because they allowed to push the shit up to $5.
Yeah, it's all about the shekels. At the end of the day, it's all about the shekels. If it don't make shekels, then it don't make shekels.
Got to make shekels, man.
Yeah? If it ain't making shekels, it ain't making shekels. Going on here. So, it's definitely about that. It's definitely about that. But we see they restructuring the whole of America. I'm waiting for them to set us up with the vote don't count. I'm waiting for them to hit us with the vote don't count this year. We ain't going to vote. Barack gets to stay in. Hillary dead. And we can't have nobody come in when the new president dead.
You gotta love the semantics of the crackers be using, oil reserve, and the thing I look at is, okay, well, who are they saying it is reserved for?
Okay.
I'm sure not for the mass public consumption, reserved for government use, military, things of that nature and so forth. And we get caught up in the illusion to assume that they're referring to the general public. Or that's not even the case. Anything reserved there as Shit, who are they reserving it for? You know, so that's a good question to bring up regarding all this so-called reserve oil that we supposedly have, and you got to question the methods on why they don't fuck with it. And when they start fucking with it, you get the omission from their whole position on having it from the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Dang.
Okay. Dealing with that, I just found an article here, July 5th this year. Looks like that first estimate was incorrect. It says U.S. has the world's largest oil reserves, right? It says here, the U.S. holds more oil reserves than anyone else in the world, including Saudi Arabia, Russia, and Venezuela. That conclusion comes from a new independent estimate from Rystad Energy, a Norwegian consultancy. Rystad estimates that the U.S. holds 264 billion barrels of oil, more than half of which is located in a shale. I don't know what a shale is. Anybody know what that is? S-H-A-L-E? That total exceeds the 256 billion barrels found in Russia and the 212 barrels located in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to stop there because I'm going to look up shale now. I'll put this in the Hangout.
Oh, Sister Camille. Sister Camille. Damn, I thought you can hear me, and I got the mic on mute. Sister Camille.
Yes.
You didn't say shale, like S-H-A-L-E, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, yeah. That's rock. It's like a type of rock that all right. Shale, it is a type of what is it? Sedimentary rock. Yep, but it come in layers, and that's what they be having oil in there. Let me see.
Okay, that would explain what's going on with the people they call natives. You know, it says the findings are surprising and go against conventional wisdom that Saudi Arabia and Venezuela hold the world's largest oil reserves. The U.S. Energy Information Administration, for example, pegs Venezuela oil reserves at $298 billion.
Look at that. They say is the U.S. I just got an article September 19, 2016. When I put in shale, it say is U.S. shale nearing collapse. Crude oil production in the United States has decreased by more than 10% since the record high of 2015, from 9.6 million barrels per day to less than 8.6 million barrels per day. However, the drop in shale oil production has reached almost 20%. Moreover, if the increase in Permian Basin production were left out of the equation, the decrease in U.S. shale output will be about 33%, and this fall will deepen as the number of new wells is still not sufficient. The collapse of the shale oil production is related to the decline curve of tight oil, but shale oil well production starts to decline much faster than that from regular wells.
I think this goes back to what Brother Menkarar was talking about, comparing articles, because now I want to ask you, is that who produced that information? Was that U.S. produced information? Because the one that I'm dealing with now is European, right? So somebody pushing some propaganda.
This oilprice.com, the article is by Jafira. Like, sound like a foreigner, some type of foreigner. And they sources, let me see, the U.S. shale source, though, they sources from the EIA. They sources for, at least for their graph.
see a lot of confusion going on. They mentioned two nations that are have natural oil in their habitat: Venezuela and Saudi Arabia, right? Saudi Arabia obviously has a good relationship with England.
And Russia too, King.
And Russia. Now Venezuela is in the process now of being liquidated and destabilized. Let's turn the hour hand clock back to a couple years ago, and we analyzed Venezuela's most defiant president. That brother was cold. Venezuela had a cold president. Every chance he got, he was talking down on America. If anybody's familiar with his his talk and so forth. Then he caught an aggressive form of cancer. He just died. Right. He was talking about 9/11 was government created. They out to kill all blacks in America. He was talking some shit. They got rid of him, gave him the accelerated form of cancer. Now, a country 80% rich in vegetation, rich in oil, is an economic collapse. They out there eating dogs. So once again, this goes to show you, even if you have the oil and natural habitat, if you've been dependent on another group of people to maintain and control your energy, you're going to have a shortcoming. Now, in time, if left alone, they'll get back to doing what they need to be doing. But this was all rules. You see what I'm saying? Smoke screen. How was one of the third, we'll say the third, from what system with Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Venezuela. Both Russia and Saudi Arabia are stabilized, right? But they have good relationships with America and the United Kingdom, right? Venezuela's position has always been fuck America and so forth. And now you see the situation that's taking place regarding the economy. We were talking about this like a couple of weeks ago. How they out there eating dogs and shit. How they, bankrupt and so forth. They giving out food rations, toilet paper rations and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? This is the immediate crisis that follows when the dependency stops. The Europeans did this in history when they first came in contact with the Native Americans. For example, they brought metal. The Europeans, every people on the planet, the Native Americans didn't have no technology of smelting iron or any type of tin or anything. They used flint knives and so forth. So the Europeans would trade furs with them for knives and pots. And all it took was 2, 3, 4 generations to become dependent on that trade with the Europeans, and they forgot their own ways on how to cut the meat up and how to make, stone axes and so forth. And they became strictly dependent on this trade. Then it came to the point they even forgot how to do the technology, period. So the European will first start off, he wanted one fur, and he would give them 3, 4 pots. Now he wanted 10 furs for one knife. You see what I'm saying? About dependency. The main way you can get a person dependency if you can provide them energy and give them the illusion that it's everlasting. You see what I'm saying? So we should put that in the context on how right now we're looking at the disaster of there being no oil in this area. And then you compare and contrast to Venezuela that is rich in soil, rich in vegetation, rich in oil, and it's still, you see what I'm saying, destabilized. And it seems to be one of a cancer that's political in nature. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, this is good analysis right here, family.
Mhm. And I think with the 30-something billion that was reported in oil reserves is what is known, from what I'm seeing from this article, as proven oil. You have proven oil, and then you have oil that is estimated. And apparently a bulk of it has to do with that shell, that rock that they can convert into oil, and also, what they call an oil sand over here. And saying Texas has like 60 billion worth.
Mm-hmm. See, so it's a double-edged sword to that too, because America, on one hand, owns. Let's play terminology. Owns the largest oil reserves, but then what's the other side of the coin? America consumes most oil than any other country in the world, so it will make sense. Y'all have to have all the oil if y'all consume the most oil. That's like telling you half the story without giving you the dirty side to it, right? Nigga, I own all the money in the world, but I also spend all the money in the world. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, you're at a zero balance. Some things to keep in mind.
I'm looking at that map of where the shale at. And, Sister Camille on the largest. You got the basins, and then you got what they actually drilling for, and then you got the perspective. All of Louisiana, they looking at all of Louisiana that they might be able to drill in. So isn't and run right up like it's like I don't know, just like all the way from Texas all the way up to New York, up in the Appalachians.
That's where that fracking comes in, because obviously that is the process in which they're using to get to that shell, and that's why you had earthquakes that was happening in Texas, North Texas. This was like, what, a year, 2 years ago?
They just had an earthquake
on the line.
It
happened in place that it had never happened in recorded history, and they were also trying to do that here in New York, state of New York, and they stopped it. And we had an earthquake. Was that last year when I was buzzing out?
Listen, they just had an earthquake in Texas again. They just had one.
We just had one like a couple weeks ago out here.
Yeah, see? That's right.
They started drilling. They had started drilling a few years back out here heavy, and it's been going on ever since.
So you could put that map in the handout?
That fracking.
All right.
That's what it was.
See that fracking? What they doing is seismic maps that they can pump sound waves into the ground, and when the sound waves bounce back, they can get a visual of what's underneath the ground. So what they're doing is the fracking process is they're not just drilling, but they're drilling along natural fault lines. They can't access some of that bedrock that goes into those pockets, but they're natural occurring fault lines, things of that nature. And what they're doing is they drilling. They're kind of like accelerating seismic activity and cheating. You see what I'm saying? Let's just go along this natural occurring line. If we take our time and use low pressure, we can slowly, and that's the whole process. But they fucking, them pockets exist for a reason, and they fucking with the crust of the earth. So now you got.
They're so fucking greedy, they don't got the time to wait for the shit to come up. Natural.
Right. Yeah, that's another perspective we can look at too as well. If on one hand America consumes the largest reserve, the most oil on the world, and they have all the oil in the world, then let's look at the future, right? That means that they plan to use oil to facilitate the 21st, 22nd, 23rd century of their control. They're gonna base their society off of that. It's not gonna be one of solar power, windmills. You see what I'm saying? Alternative forms of energy. They're still basing their control of the new society off crude oil. You see what I'm saying? And they based on they desperate acts of drilling and fracking, they know their time is limited. Because they got it down to calculate a number, how many gallons of oil that they need to, match them burning the oil every day, basing that off land, basing that off power, basing that off maintaining a city and so forth. And so, we probably got 40 good years to run this whole country off of just crude oil. We send men into space and so forth. but the whole means of obtaining that, the energy that's going to be used is going to be crude oil. That's one thing to take from it. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Any other form of energy won't be able to get them paid. See, if you get people thinking that you can use nature for energy, they're gonna start using nature for energy. You know what I'm saying? You can't get paid off of nature. See, you can't get paid off of the sun. All motherfucker got to do is be able to tap into the solar energy and get it. Because you can't turn the sun off like be like, oh man, you ain't paid your light bill, so you can't use the sun today.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't tell them you can't pay your wind bill, so when the wind blows, you can't utilize the wind. You can't tell people that shit. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason. So they definitely have a lot of incentive to make sure that idea is never even mentioned out there. So you gotta, like you said, you gotta have the people going into forever, always dependent upon you. So that's one of the ways to be dependent. Your supply, how you get around, how your plastic cups is made, all that. Your little Vaseline you put on your lips. All that's coming from right up off the ground. All your Tupperware bowls, all that shit. Rubbermaid, all that coming right out the ground.
Mhm. Any more articles, family, outside of the oil situation? Any more information, any more news going on we can dissect? Classify, put it, read the article, throw it around the table and see if is this actual and factual, is this misinformation, or is this confusion, or a little bit of both? And just, take it from there.
I got something. I'm gonna go back. Oh, yo, listen, man. I'm telling you. I don't be all into football and all that shit, man. Like, I really, you know what I'm saying? I used to be on it, but I've really lost a lot of, contact with it, right? So I looked, though, on social media, and I like to give Colin Kaepernick, I like to give him a goddamn 2 thumbs up. Because he stood on something. When Cam Newton, who had already talked bad about him doing what he's doing, pretending as though he was wrong for doing what he's doing, and he tried to shake his hand after the game, give him some dap, hit him with the pound one time. And the motherfucking Kaepernick looked at this nigga like he was crazy. Yeah. The goddamn look is priceless. The fucking look is priceless. Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let me see if this is one picture right here. There's one picture. There's one picture. Hold up. Share the image. That's what I'm
he got the afro, rocking the afro. He just staring at the nigga the whole time. While the nigga can't move, grappling and sniffling and scratching and bootlicking and all.
Yo, Cape got the blowout. He got the fucking blowout going. You know what I'm saying? He got the fucking super blowout. And he got the 7 on his chest like a god body. He's just going all the way.
Burns, sideburns and everything. You know what I love about, but you know how I felt about his position on it. I rock with it. I even understood what people were saying about the nail, but I have to come back and just really be proud of this young man, because that's what has to be understood too. Brother Young, all right. The brother, it's unfair to judge him based upon whatever information you may have acquired at this point in time in your life. Respect to him. Respect to this multi-million-dollar house nigga for saying, giving the Cracker Beats 2 middle fingers up in the air. And then, Brother Bourne, you had discussed on the last show about the Star Spangled Banner. And you know what? No African should stand for that shit, because what they keep from us, again, that verse that you posted in the Hangout, you posted the whole thing, but, that article was dealing with that third verse where the crackers were bragging about, murdering our ancestors and shit like that, and painting themselves as being freedom fighters while murdering the very people that they had kidnapped and enslaved and did unspeakable things too. You know what I'm saying? So for him to, really put focus on that, I want to thank him for that, because I would have not. I don't fuck with the song anyway, but I should have known that. And so I want to give a black power to the brother. And, Cam Newton should be ashamed of himself, because, he sleep with a Cracker Beast. That's number one.
Oh.
And I respect his pops, because you see his pops is, lighter, or how can I say, like light brown. Let me put it that way, right? You see the queen that he had Cam Newton with? Extra chocolate. Extra chocolate. So apostles are confused, but it shows you how this society and our indoctrination, even he can come from a beautiful black mama, and he would not have that on his arm at the height of his success on the plantation.
So, you know what I'm saying? Some of the ones that they know going to the top, they make sure. Listen, wait a minute.
But it's easy, because all the messaging around him is that the white Cracker Beast savage bitch is the ideal of beauty. As a little boy, when he watching the little football games, the commercials, you got the Cracker Beast bitch, and this and that, and the TV shows and the cartoons. So he's fed that, even though he could see his father having a liking for the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, and going that way, and that's how he came about. You can understand through the indoctrination why he, being raised that way and having a father as that example, would do just the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And look at.
Who did? He seen the Dallas cheerleaders. He seen all that. The football dude.
That's the whole purpose for college. The niggas go to college, not only they get taken out of their environment, it's almost like they get set up. We're gonna send you to nice college and get you a nice white girl, and this white girl, this I can't even say it, but there ain't no such thing as a nice white girl. This nice white girl, she's supposed to be educated, so she's gonna serve also as your tutor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these niggas is jocks. You see what I'm saying?
They invite you when you first come in. They already had a white girls waiting. Nigga, on your recruitment, he got recruited blue chip, man. So, you know what I'm saying? He was blue chip recruitment, man. They had them white girls on deck already, waiting. Don't worry. We got everything you need for this trip.
And you going to Ivy League schools, you going to Ivy League schools, back to population. The majority of the population of that university or that institution is going to be crackers. You see what I'm saying? And you a jock that got high level testosterone and certain needs. You're gonna have to get with the program, get you a snow bunny. You see what I'm saying?
Because they there about a dozen waiting for all the football players. They got them already set up. These are the ones for y'all.
It was a racket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's also, I would like to say, verifying an experiment. It's a test too, to see if the programming has taken place.
Mhm.
is it effective?
Mm-hmm.
And you analyze it a little further and you say, well, why did they pass that little thing that say they'll no longer take athletes right out of high school? Probably because they say 90% of marriages, the individual married their high school sweetheart, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, the woman you sleep next to is she's gonna reflect your character, and she's gonna she's gonna be the pedestal to your intelligence. A man's intelligence only heightened to the level he associates with. So she's gonna still govern, your decisions is making choices on being a man or per se a man. You see what I'm saying? So morality calls and judgment calls. Not standing up for the flag, shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Now, when your girl is the enemy, you don't see no harm in what the policies of America. You see what I'm saying? So it makes you think a little deeper, like why really? Because LeBron was the last nigga that they did that to, I think, or he was like a couple years before they passed that where they're not taking no more high school motherfuckers. And LeBron, his high school sweetheart is baby mama. You see what I'm saying? She's his sister. So a lot of these motherfuckers, where you have black high school sweethearts, and then that's the purpose of setting them up for the college way on the other side of the country. You see what I'm saying? Got him away from his family. We got this nigga. No one, he won't be caught up in none of the politics and social systems in his late environment. Now he'll be Americanized, become neo-colonialist, conservative, and, house nigga material. You see what I'm saying? And the best way to do that is they control the woman you sleep next to.
Ashe.
I'll put that in the back.
I guess that's why his rhetoric has changed, or his dialogue, because, before, Cam was saying, he get treated this way because he a black man, and then it looks like when you start taking pictures of this white cracker beast with him, it's now, it's not about race and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I would be interested to find a timeline of, just in relationship to that when that he got with that beast.
He did. He switched up. I think he was with the white broad when he was talking that.
Okay.
But he switched up ASAP because now you got to have a stance. And that stance going to cause conflict in the house. You can't show this cracker bitch that you really hate her country and hate her flag. You say you hate her flag, you hate her. And they came out. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he had that talking to. Yeah, we need you to say some things. Get some shit clear about who he is.
Also, they fear losing the punk ass endorsement. You know what I mean?
Something going out of gas. See that money takes long.
Because I think that will spread like wildfire. And you got some small traces of the shit, but a lot of these niggas, a lot of that shit show you what the guidelines and fine print they contracts is. A lot of that shit is you cannot involve yourself in any social or political situation that may compromise American values. They have to promote American values. It's beyond the game. If it was just about the game, you could wear what you want to wear and say what you want to say, as long as you handle your business on that motherfucking field, right? But that ain't the case. That ain't the case. You got behavior modification while you on or off the field and in front of the camera. All them niggas sound the same. How you doing, Make Around Ebo Quay? You just ran for the football. I want to take my teammates. One man don't run it. Them niggas all got the same regurgitated lines and shit. You feel me? I wouldn't have did it without my teammates. To better teammates, I like to think coach such and such.
All right. they double, triple, and they triple doubling up on the killings on TV right now. I seen one I would say was real because I seen the blood. That was the brother who got shot when his car broke down. Now we got the little young boy. What was the young boy named Tyree? Something like that. Nobody knows his name.
Another tragedy. It's funny because I remember when I was a Muslim, I used to have Brother Muhammad. He was from Ghana, right? He used to tell me all the time, "Oh, brother, Ghana is a very beautiful place. You should go one day, but just don't go during election time, right?" And I never could understand what he meant by that. Like, what do you mean during election time? What the fuck election time? And then when you notice, outside of Ghana, when it's election time any or everywhere, shit gets real weird. I don't know if I'm the only one to notice this shit. Shit gets real weird. In regards to what these motherfucking politicians will say and do to address or to coerce public opinion. You see what I'm saying? When it's election time, doughboy niggas know the police step their game up. Why? Because we got prosecutors trying to make names off niggas. You see what I'm saying? Because whenever politics come into place or election time come into place, new policies come into place. Right now, in order, America was created for white, single males. Protestant, preferably, right? They just put the so-called first black president in office. Now, let's look at American politics. They would put a black man in office before they would put a white woman. And now that they have put a black man in office, this is the energy that Hillary's using. Then they have to put a white woman in office. You see what I'm saying? Now you have the WWF coming in with Donald Trump. They're using Donald Trump to be, the down factor so people will vote for Hillary so they can push this white woman in office. They ain't got to do her policies. You see what I'm saying? The motherfuckers can't tell you any of her policies. They can tell you Trump's, though. You can say one thing about Trump, that cracker got policies. He's saying the shit that crackers don't want people to know about. The Mexicans got to get here. You feel me? That's why they like, this nigga's a whistleblower. They not supposed to know our secrets. This nigga saying how America really feel. Black people, we gonna put you niggas back in slavery. Mexicans too. In fact, we're gonna build $1 million wall to keep you Mexicans out and under control. We're gonna make it like it used to be. You see what I'm saying? What the fuck is Hillary talking about? Misinformation and confusion. Both of them decoys to a bigger picture. Black Power, family still there? We having a smoke break? Everybody having a smoke break?
Nah, family. Oh, God.
Got another article for we can dissect?
I got an
Anybody?
article. I'm busy reading the article, and y'all, that's my bad, Billy. I'm reading the damn article and not saying the shit out loud. But this. Oh, all right. Hold on. I'm gonna read the article on the brother getting shot first. But there's some wild shit. Marie, Brother Willis, but I'm sitting there reading the other article on the motherfucking oil leak and shit like that, and wasn't even. That's all right. Now listen, that's what I said. We got Lamont Scott, who just got shot, right? The other brother was in Oklahoma, Cuthbertson. So that's why I said earlier that we done had a couple more. You know, the media on us hard now, and then we got some hard body media events. Here we go. Come on, mobile routers. Police had no justification. Come on. Police had no. All right. Police had no justification for fatal shooting of Oklahoma's man, family lawyer. Now listen. Guess who the family lawyer is? The same family lawyer. The same family lawyer for Trayvon Martin, Dennis Scott, Amir Rice, Mike Brown. It's the same dude. Right here. The unarmed black man fatally shot by a white Tulsa, Oklahoma police officer in an incident captured on video posed no imminent threat. Lawyers for his family said on Tuesday, disputing the allegation a man was reaching into his vehicle. The shooting of Terrence Crutcher, 40, by Tulsa officer Betty Shelby, after his Ford utility vehicle broke down on Friday, was the latest in a series of fatal shootings that has raised questions of racial bias. Two police videos of the Tulsa shooting have been broadcast widely, and they're released on Monday and stoked the debate. Hillary Simpleton called the contents unbearable. A lawyer for Shelby has said she acted because she feared for her life, believing Crutcher was reaching into his vehicle for a weapon. Tulsa police have said he was unarmed. There was no weapon in the video, and released the video showing he had his hands in clear view before he was shot. Administrative lead, yada, yada, yada. U.S. Justice Department launched a separate investigation about civil rights and the use of force by officers. At a news conference in front of Tulsa, the vehicle's windows were shot out and stained with blood after Crutcher was shot. He's not threatening to anyone. How could he reach into the car as the window is up and there's blood on the glass? All right. Did anybody see that video? Or the helicopter video? Did anybody see the? Am I on? I'm on. Anyway, I seen the video, and they were 15 feet at the least away from, probably farther than that. All right. Anybody? Yeah. Nobody seen this article. Nobody heard of it. Okay. That's how it's going to be. That's not the only article on this. But, as I said, we got to be careful. When you see the Crump, I think it's Crump is the last name. You see him, know some money about to get handed out. They about to hand out some shekels. There's murder. There's always murder by the murder sweepstakes. Get killed and your family get rich. Murder by cop sweepstakes. So we got to stop engaging ourselves in the murder All right. A disabled man in Charlotte was just shot and killed. They talking about he was armed, but showed that he wasn't armed. He was in his car reading a book. They rolled up on him and shot him.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think I came across an article on Google. No, it was Google Plus. I forgot the area. It was about basically a cop who was fired for not killing a suspect. You see what I'm saying? You know, another situation of blowback out here, man. You know, on one hand, these crackers is housing us in these penitentiaries like slaves, and they telling you ain't no motherfucking space left. You know, control is control. You know what I mean? The first method was just to kill on sight. You know, hold you captive was the second thing. So, you know, that ain't got no more space. You know what I mean? It's really, you know, murder on sight type policies. We need to be very, very, you know, we shouldn't be surprised with this type of shit, man. You know what I mean? You know, Europeans have a capacity and they have a culture and there's something in them where they just like to kill shit. Whether if it's not us, it'll be some other species, animal, whatever. Death, their concept of death is not like ours. You see what I'm saying? We shouldn't be surprised. Niggas should be riding, you know, with the intent anytime you get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? You know, fuck the badge, that nigga has a gun. And look at that situation just like you would in the streets. Nigga, you got caught slipping, literally. And this nigga is worse than the motherfucker, you know, the motherfucker who robbing you, he looking for money. You see what I'm saying? This motherfucker's looking for control with orders to kill. You see what I'm saying? So we need to, you know, put a culture in place, a protocol, if you will. You know, Khalid Muhammad had a good video where he's giving them game on how to deal with these motherfuckers. You know, you don't tell them nothing. Brother Bourne was giving game earlier regarding his situation. You know what I mean? The situation is basically, you know, name, rank, and serial number. And that's it. That's your ID. You know, don't do their job for them. You know what I mean? In regards to giving up, you know, whether you be dry snitching on yourself or just giving up, you know, involuntary information that you ain't got no reason in giving them. You see what I'm saying? Because they fishing. You know what I mean? And they letting you know up front, everything you tell me I can use against you. So their whole position is to be against you. But their position is to control you. So we just don't need, you know, not get into, you know, naivete situation with these motherfuckers and really, really look at it as a military strategy, you know, to deal with these motherfuckers in that guards, how we get pulled over, and take a more hostile approach towards them. Because, shit, you know, everybody else out here surviving, and these motherfuckers is the worst ones because they sitting back watching, playing God. You know what I mean? Trying to decide who they should allow to eat and who not. Who can be criminal, who can't. Who can be successful at criminal activities and who can't. Who will be, you know, whole life will be shattered by indicating, you know, lying about them having criminal activities for the purpose of, you know, extinguishing their life. And on the flip side, you know, individuals who are white who are allowed to be criminals, to run criminal enterprises and so forth, where they future generations of children can benefit from it. And the whole time, niggas is dying, niggas is going to jail, but the police is watching. So they know exactly what the fuck is going on. And ain't no point in sugarcoating shit. And ain't no point in taking the position that they are friends. These motherfuckers are hired to be against you. They are there to protect the society and serve the interests of those in power of the society. That's it. Nigga, you in the way. We need to apply history to present times. And it's not a coincidence that you can have a good job or you can have a good career and you're going to the military. And you look at these people are descendants from the Romans. And you look at the Romans had the same policy in effect. Nigga, if you join if you join my army, you could gain your freedom. Same thing. For those of us who've been conscious, who've never joined the military, I want to give y'all a hand clap because even though y'all was young, y'all knew something was up with that. Like, that don't sound right. It sound like some old colonial, some old, dark ages type shit, You have to fight in my army to gain citizenship. In this case, so-called success. And your enemies, or the enemies of the government you represent, these motherfuckers is fighting for nationality. And you fighting for a career, just to get a bite to eat. And what's crazy is, in some situations, we fighting harder for that bite to eat than these motherfuckers is. This is what white generals will tell motherfuckers. Motherfuckers will fight too hard to be citizens. You know what I mean? But we need to keep that in mind. America's always been a nation of slaves, ex-slaves, immigrants, and refugees. Black Power. So got family in the house. Everybody smoke break.
Did you get that link that I put into the chat room, you guys? Did you get that link? No. This is Be Correct. It's Donaldson. Be Correct, Donaldson.
Oh, what's up, Donaldson? How you doing?
What's that? No, I found a cool article that I thought you guys would like to read. Okay, and it's called "Untangling." No, that's not it. Oh man, sorry to do that. I sent it to myself today from the law library, but it has to do with the white shadow. And let me see. Redeeming whiteness in the shadow of internment. Okay, let me read some of it because I gotta actually open it up real quick. It says Earl Warren is a civil rights liberties icon. During his reign as Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court from 1953 to 69, the court set standards of liberal judicial activism on race issues by which future courts would be judged. Chief Justice Warren presided over monumentous decisions that outlawed segregation in public education and public facilities, invalidated Jim Crow laws designed to prevent African Americans from exercising the vote, and found anti-miscegenation laws to be unconstitutional. President Eisenhower came to regret his wayward Republican appointment, and Super Chief Warren's legacy certainly rivals those of Eisenhower and the other presidents of his era. Warren's tenure, perhaps the most significant since John Marshall's, is understood in overtly political terms as a revolution in race relations. I think overall what it's really saying there in the first paragraph of the introduction is that somehow the court finally recognized, a need to acknowledge the result of outlawing segregation in public education. See, and because it stated that invalidated Jim Crow laws designed to prevent African Americans from exercising the vote. and found anti-miscegenation laws to be unconstitutional. So this Chief Justice Warren guy presided over a few decisions that outlawed segregation in public education. Now, from my understanding, some segregation would be good, if not a lot of it. And so, just from that first paragraph, I can conclude that the efforts of the Chief Justice Warren to invalidate such laws, right, to prevent African Americans from exercising the vote, only served the purpose, a political purpose, right, which was basically to, of course, embolden the power of the federal government over the states. Okay, so again, it's another use of the African Americans that were brought here against their will, right? Another use of that people, okay, to the benefit of someone else. Okay, just totally abusing and at someone else's expense. You know, I was able to derive that just from the first paragraph, but this article goes on, and I'm going to put this into the chat room so you guys can read it. Okay, I put it in there once, I'll put it in again, but it's kind of interesting.
Thank you for that chat room. There's a historical context to the whole purpose of, you notice, based on what you just read, the whole purpose for this so-called judge making his decision was that the whole punishment for segregation was to somehow control the African Americans' right to vote. When we apply history to this subject matter, we won't find, what we will find is that this was also used after they so-called freed African Americans, where immediately after they were freed, they still couldn't own property and they couldn't vote. And if they put the literacy clauses, you had to know how to read. And if you just got free yesterday, you didn't have the education to read. If you own property, you could vote. So we can see that really is a kind of.
You're breaking up pretty bad there.
You know what I'm saying? Someone else probably has the line open. We'll probably hear some static there. If you can mute your line, whoever that is. So, the background. Brother Bourne, we got some background noise. I don't know who that is. Somebody. Who that is. I don't know who it is, but we were real clear from now. So I don't know whoever it is. If you have a computer, or if you have a television in the background, you can use the television continue to do that. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
Who's moderating this? Can you mute everybody?
Thank you. Now, getting back to the article, the controlling of who can vote is really a whole situation of deciding who can participate in your political system and who can't. And oftentimes, the ones who do participate in this political system are people who can ultimately benefit from the political system. So if we keep analyzing history and we keep seeing that immediately after African Americans were freed, they were denied voting. And we see during segregation, they were still denied voting. And we see right now the whole context between, what is it, they just passed. If you have a felony, you can't vote. Now you can in some states. You see, it's all basically controlling and who can be included in this political system and who can't. And those who have no say and no real future or anything of benefit, benefiting them, they're not going to be included in that system. They're going to be barred from that system. You see what I'm saying? In this case, we're talking about Africans in America who were never included into the Constitution and were never viewed upon as being free. And it was the criminals of Europe who colonized this nation because they had nothing in Europe to go home to. They didn't have names in Europe, so they made names for themselves in America, and they made names off themselves by massacring Native Americans and enslaving African people.
That's heavy right there. At what time period?
So moving on, Brother Boy, want to comment on that article that Dondra just read?
What you say? Is my shit on? You can hear me, right?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear, brother.
All right. No, you said you just speaking on Africans being enslaved by the Japanese, I believe.
No, he was going over an article based on the Supreme Court, I guess, overruling or legitimizing an act during segregation that didn't allow us to vote, but in the context of equal education as well. So it's important to have that whole subject has a history. You see what I'm saying? Terms segregation, voting, Supreme Court, and then how it basically appeals to us. And I had to go. My position is that because we were never included into the Constitution, we were never looked upon as being equals over here. That we were never included in the political system because it was never set up for us. So those that are allowed to participate in it because they can benefit from it. And those who you see who, them putting barriers, how old are you to vote, and what's your background, regarding voting. That's basically criteria that has to be met to see if you fit the criteria to benefit from this political system. See what I'm saying? And when they come to us, I don't think we're getting wise to that. And it goes beyond. We don't want citizenship. You know what I mean? We don't want to be on equal terms with the devil. I know I don't. I fucking want to be retribution. I'm not sitting down at no table with no Supreme Court unless we're talking about retribution. We got to unsettle. Well, how we gonna move on with the future if we got we got an outstanding balance, my nigga, right, brother?
Yeah, we got an outstanding balance.
Yeah. You got an outstanding balance. You got an outstanding tab with the house. You know what I mean? You got to pay your tab off before you can get. You know what I mean? And see, this is something that could be settled very easily. Okay, y'all don't want to give us reparations. Okay, well, everybody that's black in America should be tax-free. That'll solve it right there, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
I guess I got cut off, you guys.
Hold on, man. Who was this?
What's up? This is Donaldson again, and I got cut off at that point. That's why you didn't hear from me again. But that link that I put in was kind of a valuable article if you want to check that out.
Donaldson, where you put your link in, Donaldson? You put it in the chat room?
Yes, I did. Into a feet on the ground chat room.
Donaldson, you ain't been around a long while.
That's true. But I thought I'd chime in tonight and listen.
Hold up, I'm asking a question real quick. That's you, Be
What's
Correct?
up?
Is that your phone, Be Correct? That's you?
Yeah, that's the name I came in under for the phone call.
All right. I'm asking a question, Donaldson. Just like I mute at any point in time, everybody lines, I want to know who is you. And I'll mute it.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Rubb. This Donaldson over here, Google Drive. This Donaldson, this ain't no motherfucking virus you trying to get me to download to my goddamn computer.
No, man. Look, what I do is I research everything, right, sir? And then what I do is I I save it in a file, which is basically in a cloud online. It's my Google Drive, and all it is an article that I downloaded from the law library. So I went to the law library, and I used their LexisNexis or their the Westlaw, and I was looking for specific articles, and one popped up that caught my attention. The title said "Redeeming Whiteness in the Shadow of Internment." Okay, and I thought that title was striking. Redeeming Whiteness in the Shadow of Internment. I kind of didn't understand what it meant, so I got the article and I just read a couple of paragraphs, and I thought it was intriguing. I'd like to share it with you guys. Maybe you get something out of it. It's about sharing, because I've learned a lot from people by being on TalkShoe and from the internet and stuff. People share quite a bit of information. So when I'm able to share, I just feel like it helps a lot, But the gist of this first paragraph really was talking about how Justice Warren made decisions to outlaw segregation in public education, which were monumental decisions. But who knows whether that served to do anything good for the country or anything. Obviously it served more of a socialist interest than it did a private interest, because if it was up to the private interest, the segregation would have continued.
It's more of a racial situation, because why the need for segregation is based upon the notion of separate and equal, right? So the base of the foundation of the politics is rooted in racism. The title of the article, Redeeming Whiteness. So the political context as a whole, the position of the judge, the position of segregation, it's one that's rooted in racism.
Isn't it rooted in slavery?
That's as well, yes. That's the when slavery was racism.
Donald Trump is a dumb individual, but I think he knows damn well why he came on here and picked that title. I don't think this is as open, friendly, and as inviting as he tries to make. We could all look at that title, and as you went into what you went into, know what that signifies, and I'm good. So, when y'all move on to the next thing, let me know. I'm good on anything general.
I think it's basically talking about the redeeming of white, in the eyes of the general world, because right now white people have a horrible view in the world. They're basically like the minority viewed as kind of having no historical foundation, where did you come from, kind of thing. So, when I read articles like this, I think to myself, well, there's a sense of hope there, but it's also a sense of tragedy at the same time.
Donaldson brought us to. Donaldson said, wait a minute, y'all be going too hard. Donaldson been listening in. He's been around for a long time, Donaldson.
Let's be honest and let's call like we said. This is this of hypocrisy.
I'm going to mute my phone here.
There's hypocrisy in the article. The redeeming of white, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, they're trying to you're redeeming something that's punished, but on the other hand, you're redeeming your view to the world. See, it's hypocrisy, because the behavior still shows the same shit. So, like Brother Ryan Room said, it's a good article, but it's really one of hypocrisy. Next article.
All right. He's out of there. Let's see. Supporter commits. Hold on. Oh no, this changed out oil. Yo, listen. Oh, man. I don't even...
I want to applaud you on this, on trying to find some slick way to slice the white supremacist shit into the fucking show. I applaud you on that, but you ain't getting past this one. As well.
All right, Alabama, Georgia. No, that's the oil. That's the oil. Yeah.
You know what? Can I read the last paragraph of this to you? I think you guys are going to find it interesting.
Hey, Donald, hold on. We're going to...
Okay.
You can't read that, man. You busting that.
No.
Busting in.
This is now a no time on who's going. Thank you for coming. Please leave. Good night.
You know what time it is, Donaldson. You just busting in, joining in the reindeer games, and your nose too bright right now. You know, you're shining too bright right now, Donaldson. You done got an article in. You done got about 5 minutes worth of chopping it up and everything. You're doing good. You're doing good. So, all right. If you're interested, send that back. Send that to us, though. Hold on. Let me get to my other article real quick. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, y'all, I want to play this thing right here, Jim Crow history lesson. Y'all, that thing is y'all, that's real hot. That was a good, about a little shit that's in it. You know what I'm saying? But, it was another jokers who got killed. But, hold on. No, let's go to the New York bombing. And the New York bombing out there. Bombs is blowing up in New York. I got articles on there. We get the New York bombing in. Now, all right. Let's see. We got the CNN. CNN article. Let me see. We got the 7. No, we don't want to read that. Fuck that. Let's go to New York, New Jersey bombing suspect charged with attempted murder of officers. The man suspected in Saturday's bombing in New York and New Jersey was captured on Monday after a frantic manhunt and shootout. Ahmed Khan Rahami, 28, was charged with 5 counts of attempted murder of a law enforcement officer after a shootout Monday with police in Linden, New Jersey. Union County prosecutor Grace H. Park said. Also charged with second-degree unlawful possession of a weapon, second-degree possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose. Authorities said Rahami is directly linked to bombing Saturday in New York City and Seaside Park, New Jersey, and is believed to be connected to pipe bombs found Sunday night in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Sources said, we have every reason to believe that this was an act of terror. De Blasio, the mayor of New York, said, but many questions remain. Chief among them, why did he do it, and is anyone else responsible? Rahami was captured after the owner of a bar in Linden found him sleeping in the doorway of his bar Monday morning. Harendi Baines, owner of Meredith Tavern, said he was watching CNN on his laptop from another business across the street. At first, he thought he saw some drunk guy resting in the vestibule. Then he recognized Rahami and called police. I'm just a regular citizen doing what every citizen should do. Cops are the real heroes. Law enforcement are the real heroes. Oh, Lord. I didn't even read that.
Now, you hear the key words? The bell is ringing. This is definitely an act of terror, right?
Huh?
As they said in the article, right? A definite act of terrorism, right? Or terror. Now, that applies to a certain ethnic group. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's good to dissect these type of articles. Go ahead.
All right. When officers responded, Rahami pulled out a handgun and opened fire, striking an officer in the chest. A foot chase ensued during which Muhammad shot at a police car, causing a bullet to graze another officer in the face. The chase ended when Rahami was shot multiple times. He was taken to a hospital for surgery. Officers Angel Padilla, Peter Hammer was taken to a hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injury. Rahami was not initially cooperative with police who tried to interview him. Authorities believe the main guy has been caught, but the investigation continues to determine if Rahami had help. FBI Assistant Director William S. Sweeney said there is no indication of an active operating cell in the New York area. Evidence suggests Muhammad was not acting alone, sources told CNN. As the investigation continues, law enforcement has stressed there's no reason to believe a bomber is on the run. Initially, a garbage explosion at a Marine Corps charity race in Seaside Park, New Jersey, seemed to be an isolated incident. 2 other unexploded bombs were found nearby, and no one was wounded in the blast. Then came another blast Saturday night in New York's Chelsea neighborhood, injuring 29 people. As law enforcement cordoned off the area, investigators found a pressure cooker 4 blocks away. Dark-colored wiring was connected by silver duct tape to what appeared to be a cell phone. Ball bearings and BBs were among pieces of metal that appeared to be packed inside. A federal law enforcement officer said a handwritten note found next to it contained ramblings including, "Oh my God, nigga."
That shit just sound crazy right there, man.
Nick, these motherfuckers said that it was a handwritten letter next to this bomb. Now, the bomb, you look, this is a pressure cooker bomb full of motherfucking BBs. That means this shit is shredded everything around it, including this piece of paper.
Right. And then it's like the way like notice the language that's used to describe the events in this article. And how it was, the language was with the previous article. If you notice, the format is one of narration. Don't it sound like they narrating this shit? To the point, the letter, the assailants not found, definite terrorists, not alone. It's almost as if they've been watching this so-called individual and let them do the shit. You understand what I'm trying to say, Brother Boy? Notice the format, how you're reading it.
They got the story is written as a script. The shit like a script.
Exactly. Now, when you read a newspaper article, like one of your homies, your family members get shot in the newspaper, it's exactly what it is. They don't know nothing yet. Feel me? They just report to you the incident that happened where someone was hit. And there was shots fired. This is the location, right? When they come up with this shit, 4 hours after the event happened, and that shit come off scripted like that, man, they either created that shit or they were just watching this individual until it happened and then they came in. You see what I'm saying? Because they know too much information already not to be in a position to prevent it from happening.
They let you know what they got going on because they said there ain't no cells, terrorist cells in New York area. This a lone man gunman. This the lone. Listen, anytime the lone man come up, it's something. Listen, this shit always suspect. The lone wolf. They never wanted to be more than one. They wanted to be a lone wolf. But the lone wolf does it. But even in the article, they state that from the surveillance camera, they see one man put a duffel bag down and see 2 more men come, open the duffel bag up and pull out what allegedly is the bomb. So where we get this from? Why is it 3 suspects? Why is it only 1?
It just sounds too obvious. Scare tactics. You know what I mean? We got to know that they got this, while we live in our normal lives, these sick motherfuckers are coming up with more ways to control us and the population and how we move. We got to understand this. And a lot of them are using military tactics, and it's a political cancer that's going back and forth in the house on how they should be running their things in regards to controlling us. You know what I'm saying? Agencies, in the business of gathering information to use against them. You know what I mean? This is what's really what's going on, and they will create threats within themselves to perpetuate more control. You see what I'm saying? The whole terrorist campaign, let's be real, was something of 9/11. And it's crazy because it went from Iraq to Afghanistan and back and forth. They really ain't got a face for terrorism now. It's a ghost. They always got to be chasing something. You see what I'm saying? Basically, to get more funds for defense. Let's keep it in the political and money aspect for a minute. You know what I mean? That's the main purpose. Yeah. So these type of sporadic, random, public, this nigga that's running this blow stuff up type of shit in America, and then how they give you the feedback on how it happened. You got to question that shit. The average American man is in debt trying to survive. These motherfuckers to drink themselves to death and hang themselves. You know what I mean? You talking about motherfuckers just coming over here for the simple purpose of just blowing some shit up? You know how hard it is for niggas to get out the country? And you mean tell me these motherfuckers get lit right in? You know what I mean?
Listen, man. This motherfucker had, look, hold on. Let me get how many bombs he done set off. There's multiple bombs, right? All right.
They be on us like white on rice, nigga. Nigga, if you even start buying ingredients that may look as if you buying a bomb, you getting investigated. You see what I'm saying? We need to analyze that. These niggas are successful.
1, 2, 3. There's 3 places he had bombs at. 2 of them he allegedly blew up. The other 3 places he didn't, and then they found a book bag allegedly his with 5 bombs in that one book bag. Listen, this starting to sound more sci-fi than anything, man. Who is this? The Terminator? That was John Connor? Was he trying to blow up Top Dime? That's a lot of bombs to have at one time. Especially,
It's a hypocritical type of situation. I mean, on one hand, the face. If we go by what they say, the face of the word terrorism is a Middle Eastern Arab who's very Islamic, right? Now, you would screen all the motherfuckers, right? But what have we seen? We've seen populations rising since 9/11. More Middle Eastern people are in this country than ever. Feel me?
Capitalize on that. Good energy.
That's what you call a ruse. Because when you control news in your region, we don't even know what's going on with real information in the world and whatnot. This is what they keeping us in tune with just in America. You see what I'm saying? While they shaking hands and kissing each other in the mouth, on the news. The Saudi Arabian king and shit, Bush. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. But see, man, this is how they doing it. And when you said the thing about the terrorism, I was going to read an article from another from out in Minnesota, I believe, where young black man from Ethiopia ran into the mall, dressed up like a security guard, and stabbed up like 10 people. And he's been in America since 3 months. They labeled it terrorism. So he was down with ISIS. Never left the country. And Joker down with ICE has been in America since 3 months. Somehow he linked in with the #1 terrorist group.
See, that's another thing they're doing too. Like the whole shit with Boko Haram in Nigeria. They trying to tie a black face on terrorism now. A black Islamic motherfucker now.
They're going to the Islamic thing.
Yeah, they're gonna use this as a ruse to create a bridge between the two that's gonna serve European interests. You see what I'm saying? And Arab interests. They both gonna benefit from it. We gotta keep our eye on the prize.
They can't lose that Islamic slant on terrorism. They already try to attach the black face to it with the Dallas shooting. That police shooting made them say, listen, black people be terrorists too. That's where we have to, that's why I said right now we got to buckle down. I didn't like the interaction that I had earlier in the day. Because that shit just like, all right, watch them getting close to you.
Now, here's the question I'll ask you. Based on that article with that bomber, would you say that's misinformation or confusion, truth, or a little bit of both?
It's misinformation. It's misdirection. Because the article was written, like I said, like a script. So it was written in the mannerism of beforehand knowledge. And like it was already something dictated because they got so much information so quick. You know what I mean? This is laid out so well. He's the lone one. No matter what video surveillance says, you feel me? He's just only one, the lone one, and he survived. You know what I'm saying? He survived. Let me see. He's supposed to be shot. But I don't know where. Where is he shot at? You know what I'm saying? He allegedly looks shot in the arm. But I can't tell. You know what I mean? I can't tell at all. Two different other things that stood out. We talking about these articles where these alleged Muslims were doing these alleged crimes, terroristic things. Both of them, all their neighbors and everybody saying these are the nicest guys. They were the nicest people ever. They super nice. They ain't never been mean. You feel me? These good guys. A1, 100%. They good to go all the time. But they the ones who doing the bombing. See, that shit play against the people. They say that shit, so then that way, anybody suspect. Everybody might be the terrorist. Don't trust them, don't trust they smile. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit they run. Don't trust them. They smiling at you, they lying. Don't trust them niggas. Don't trust them Arabs. Don't trust none of them. They smiling and they conniving. They gonna get you. That's the energy that's what that energy they want to put out. To make sure white people know that look, don't be allowing your heartstrings to get pulled and these niggas come up and kill us. Because the news ain't really, the news made to push emotion. So they know black people watching, but it's really the masses of people watching the news is white people.
Again, what you said about say that again?
I said the masses of people who really watching the news is white people. You look at the got that they want to make sure that idea is put out there that you can't trust none of them, no matter how friendly they is, because they keep emphasizing it. Both articles about something that happened terroristic, like both articles emphasize the friendliness of these Muslims. One dark, one black, one African, one Arab black.
Mhm.
We want them to remember right in a minute.
Even the whole, even you're right too, brother. 'Cause even the whole dictation of how the news process goes is coming from they frame of mind, so it's appealing to them. It's information for them. You see what I'm saying?
So they in the shaping white mind. So if your black behind up there watching it with a white mind, they shaping your shit too. Now, a lot of us look at it with that, but I'm just, just be aware of what the hell is happening. That this information really is not geared towards you, even though you're getting it. Your news come on BET, Hot 97, nigga. You get your news off World Star. That's how they look at us. We get our news off of World Star. Not nowhere else.
Mhm. And I'll tell you one thing. For us, it seems that all news is emotional based. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's meant to describe a certain emotion. How you feel a certain way, whether it be even the basic news reports, you know what I mean? There's emotions like, oh man, it's gonna be cold tomorrow, it's gonna be hot tomorrow.
Mhm.
I know it's an emotional component to the news aspect. We see it because we call it like we see it. Bad news, you know what I mean? Because they bring out bad emotion.
These jokes is crazy. Yeah, they put that shit out there just in order for us to it's just to guard yourself. And even the black people who get that information, they internalize it, and now they looking at themselves as terrorists and looking at, everybody need to look at everybody like anybody might be suspect. If the friendly one's doing it, you got to watch the radicals.
Mhm.
So the 24-hour watch they looking to put up on us. 24-hour watch they looking to put up on us. We watch them right now. And we don't trust them. They number one thing, they don't trust it. No doubt about that. So you dealing with an enemy that don't trust you, you got to always be looking for the misinformation. You got to be looking for it. You got to be hunting it out because it's coming to you. You got to be seeking the misinformation. I'm looking for it. Trying to find out. I'm looking. Waiting for you to tell me the misinformation. Know you're going to give it to me. And that's what the majority of the news that the articles that we read, we can after pulling tidbits out and pieces out that could be factual or might be pertinent to the things that we're dealing with today. The majority of them are made to confuse and compound the motherfucking people. They're not made to give you any clarity. There's a lot of words written to give you nothing. Most of the articles. And when I say give you nothing, they'll have a date, they'll have some time, but a clear perspective of what you're reading is not there. They don't draw the article up for you to be able to get the best part of it. They just send you a bunch of parts and hope that since they flooded you with so much shit that you can't really get a grasp of what the hell was being said during the article. You can't get a grasp of the ideology under the article. Because you were so busy trying to decipher and decode all of it. That's my feeling take on most of the articles that we done read already tonight. Young brothers out there getting killed though, man. Listen, the sweepstakes is back on. They trying to get black people paid. They just paid off. Let me see, who just got 1.9 million? Man, the brother was killed in Louisiana. His family just got hit with 1.9 million. No, Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland family got hit with 1.9 million. Yeah, everybody taking the payout. You know what I'm saying? So the payout's coming to everybody. Everybody taking the money and running. It's saying be calm. So don't wear your shoe leather out there for that. Don't wear your brain out and rack your brain around, oh, they killing us. They've been killing us. You just wasn't aware. Don't become a victim. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow yourself to become a victim by your arrogance. You know what I'm saying? But, being aware, man, of what the fuck you're dealing with.
Let's analyze that right there for a minute, right there, Brother Juan. Because I'm starting to see a culture that's taking place regarding the policies. Okay, the police supposed to work. Let's use the Morris. You know how the Morris do it. When the city become incorporated, that means it's open for business, right? It has to have a functioning fire. This is how Europeans bring it in. It has to have a functioning firehouse and a police service, right? The police are there to protect the merchants in the city that's now incorporated who pay taxes, right? Check.
Check.
All other people who don't own business in the city can be extorted by police officers. Because the police exist in American culture because of people extorting motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you watch the mob movies, they ain't selling dope. They extorting business owners. Everybody on the block, the candy shop, the grocery store, the liquor store, the cleaners. You know what I mean? They all got to pay a tax. They get a cut everything. That's called extortion. Who cuts down on extortion? Who's best qualified to protect you against somebody extorting your business? The police, right?
True.
So in the infancy of social systems in early European politics, that was the first main goal of the police officer, right? Now let's take it a step further. Because we're talking about these murders that's taking place and then how they giving money, right? This is a civil case, but it's not an individual civil case. The individual is not being tried for the murders or being sued. The organization, which is the police service, which is a functioning operation of the city, right?
Mm-hmm.
You understand why I'm taking this, right? The money part.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that the city is paying, right? Police, let's be real, my nigga. You mean to tell me police stations can pay off $10, $20 million settlement?
Oh, nah, the city fund. The city already got a fund.
For that, right?
Yeah.
The city paying for that, right?
The city pays for that.
Now you know.
The people paying for it. Whoever getting taxed in the city paying for that shit.
Right. So now the focus should not be on police officers. It's on your local city ordinance You see what I'm saying? Because them motherfuckers don't have to be the ones to pay. It show you the connection, how everybody's connected with the shit. To protect one individual that was following orders.
You got to.
Mm-hmm.
Got to. Because it jeopardizes them if they don't. So you put yourself in the midst of action if you don't. You put yourself in the midst of action if you don't do that. If you don't put that hammer down on them, you hurt. You hurt.
You look at inner cities that don't even have parks and recreation and shit like that. In the aggressive police force that accidentally kills allegedly individual, then it goes to court, and then they can pay that one individual family $4 million or $2 million. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How does that balance on the scale? It don't. You see what I'm saying?
And they ain't going to balance. That's some real bullshit. That's why. Don't do no shit like that, man. I don't know how them people take the fucking payoff. They kill your motherfucking people, then you don't take the fucking payoff. This what okay to killing. That's what okay to killing with the rest of the people, because the people can't be mad when you took the payoff. That take the energy out the people, knowing something was wrong. Now you can't no more complain. Well, it was wrong. Well, you took the money. If you thought it was that wrong, why did you want to just keep going to take it to trial or whatever? You know what I mean? That's how they put it. If you really thought it was that wrong, why come you was willing to go ahead and concede and take this money? Must not have been that wrong. That's how they look at us, and the rest of the world look at us like that, and we look at each other like that. Like, come on, man, why would you take the money? Now I don't got no energy. You know how you say, you got to have the blessing so you can get at it. They won't bless us to get at it. They start saying, no. Took the dough. So y'all shut up, sit down, you're making trouble. Y'all troublemakers, and we ain't cool. I don't know y'all, because y'all troublemakers. Y'all troublemakers, we don't know you. And they'll keep pushing that shit. They'll keep pushing it. Troublemaker. And then after they take the money, you like, damn, where the troublemakers can go? They got to shut up and be quiet. That's the reason for the money. The money ain't to quiet the family, you have to quiet the people. So to take the energy out the family. Mm-hmm. Why would you still protest when the mothers say don't? Trayvon Martin mother is with Hillary Clinton. Michael Brown mama with Hillary Clinton.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they did some stuff with them at this. Matter of fact, they came in at the Democratic Convention to talk about why Hillary should be the president, because she sat down and talked to them and was serious with the dialogue. Just with the women. Damn the fathers.
Mm-hmm. But that whole little settlement shit with the city, it's like, it's still an admission of guilt in my eyes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you get that money up, that's a mission of guilt. Once they pay off, it's like how y'all don't convict. You don't pay nobody for nothing.
That's what you call legal corruption.
Where's hush money? Shut the fuck up. It's just plain hush money. Plain and simple. So they put them on that. They make them sign waivers and to be quiet. Confidentiality waivers. You know what I'm saying? Shut your mouth for the next 10 years about this shit. Ain't nothing. 10 years. But
that's all you gonna get from it. You know what I mean? That's all you're gonna get from it.
Say anything, we want the money back.
Yeah, that's all we offering is hush money. That's basically what they're saying too.
You might got a college scholarship for one of your kids, maybe even two of them. But regardless of what, take this money and shut your mouth. You might get hurt. If somebody been and took you out. Very interesting, Brother Macaron. Very interesting perspective. But besides that, we ain't got too much packing. We ain't got too much packing out there in the conscious community world is where it's at. We ain't conscious, so I don't know where it's at. We wild Africans trying to get free. And there's free information for y'all. For the Africans from first, second, and third on the mic.
But 7 years strong, man.
Yeah,
consistently bringing you that heat, huh? Tell them, brother boy. Consistently bringing y'all this heat.
Consistently, right? It's consistent, man. It's consistent. Everybody growing. We seeing growth in the family members. You know what I mean? We ain't doing the same thing. Everybody doing something new, different, and doing it bigger and better every time. And when I say new, it don't mean like we all changing positions, but just renewing what we got going on and making it better, refining it. So it always seems like it's something new.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of coonery going on, man, out there. You know what I mean? A whole lot of coonery.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. You know, fuck niggas is around. I just want to my only statement about the fuck shit is listen, family. Don't fuck with no Dr. York. That's it. That's my only statement. Stay away from Dr. York. All right. That's it for me. That's it for me. I'm headed out there. I'm headed out to pasture right now. So, Brother Nicaragua, you got something else you want to put in?
Nope. Fuck out, man. Good show. We're good to go, man. Good show, man. We
put in our time, 3 hours strong, definitely at least. So we don't slack on it. We give the people what they came for. That hardcore, yeah, we like it raw. How about some hardcore? All right. But family, listen, you want to get your wood up. It's wintertime coming. Get the wood. If you can, chop it up, have it in the house drying. You need dry wood because, like I said, anything if it's not dry, it's gonna smoke bad as hell. Get your canned goods up. 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 I say get your canned goods up. Get your bottled water up, shit like that, right? and get your canned goods up because, even if you've got a deep freezer, now a deep freezer might keep some of that stuff frozen long for a while, even if it's off and you just keep it closed. But at the end of the day, once it starts to thaw out, it's going to be gone. Canned goods have a longer shelf life than meat. You know what I'm saying? Meats are what you call perishables when they fresh like that. But the canned goods, vegetables and shit like that, things going to last for a little while, way longer. You know what I mean? So just be on top of that. Don't get caught with your pants down out this motherfucker, man. Because I'm telling you, they ready to fuck over on you. They right at penetration. So watch out for these motherfuckers here. They're not worth shit. So you always got to be thinking on that fact. What am I missing from out of this? That's the question you got to ask anytime you read any book with ISBN number and watch any television show or program. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself, what are you getting out of this and what are they trying to give me? So, give them a little jewel right there. You know what I'm saying? For the night. Brother Mikaran, you like to add on anything? I know Brother Baha'i, you out there, you want to add on anything before we shut it on down?
Man, I just want to say, man, I want to give a shout out again to all my feet on the ground members. I'm talking about my California family, Rahi Rule, General Best, the family members down in Texas, Brother Tim, or Sister Malik, Malika, my Connecticut family, Brother Bourne, how you doing, family? And Sister Camille out there in New York, and everybody in between, man. We coming together like that black fist supposed to, man. Got fingers all over here, man. And I question question all information and how it really pertains to you. I agree with everything you said.
You forgot Brother Paul here.
Come on in, Brother Ryan.
That's all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I just said he forgot Brother Paul.
Like, wow, Brother Carl's out there. That's right, SC.
South Carolina, yeah, Brother Carl. Shout out to my nigga Brother Carl too. Yeah, I left the bastard information out. My bad.
You know what I'm saying? He out there, SC. Well, see Brother Baha'i Rule come in doing what he do, spying it from the Hawkeye's view. You know what I'm saying? Making sure everything cleaned up correct.
I got some last parting words, family.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to say this to the family. The great Dr. Amos Wilson said when it comes to selecting your teacher for knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you check your teacher's credentials and make sure that he has at least 25, 35 years into this craft before you select this man as your teacher. Now, when I say that, you probably say, what does he mean by that? There's a lot of ignorant, dumb shit going on, and I'm not going to say that I don't subscribe to it, but it happens to blow my way every now and then. If y'all are caught up in the circus arena over who you deem to be your teacher or what WWE episode made you choose a side over something that may be real and not be real, watch who you take information from and very carefully pick and choose what you deem to feed your mind as knowledge. Really, family, really break that down and look at it. Before you go and spend another red cent at any venue, make sure that when you leave that venue, you got a notepad full of information, and that when you left, you actually spent your money and you learned something. So when you go to your next venue, when you leave, and there's all these lectures and all these speakers there, if you ain't learned something at the end of that day, don't return and don't go back and don't invest your money in these people, even if they do look like us, because they keep robbing the people. And they're misleading a lot of you people and trying to misfeed you what you think is information and knowledge. We're in the information age and the information period. We have information at our fingertips all day. 365 days, 24/7. Scroll the internet. Or get off your ass and do your own research. Go to somebody's library. Go do some field work. Find out for yourself before you just want to openly take an answer from somebody else and say this is what it is. Because we've turned our own people, and our own people have turned themselves into our enemies. And just like we make these foreigners rich, we're making our own enemies of our own selves rich. And for each one that we do that with, it sets us back from where we need to be focused on. So stay in sniper mode, keep your view within your fucking sights, and hit your target. Each target should be an accomplishment for self, family, and others in Blackness, Black Power, Beautiful ODA. Thank everybody for coming out. Look forward to doing this shit again Thursday and Saturday. Peace to the family. Love you.
Black Power. Well, family, again, like Brother Brian Hayes said, man, you know, we thank everybody for coming out. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a wonderful and productive night. Oh, we on Feet on the Ground Radio, man. We're getting in there real nice with news, and more news. We about to shut it down. Let's see what we're going to do. We're going to give a praise and turn of glory to Garvey. Long live the spirit of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Praise Harriet Tubman. Glory to Ida B. Wells. And the long live the spirit of Sister Fannie Lou. Hang him up.
Cracker in the trunk.
House nigga 2.
House nigga 2.